So if anyone haven't received the paper, please message me. Okay, or call me, because after 5 minutes I'll be putting my phone in silent mode. So within 2-3 minutes I'll be starting the class. If my voice is not audible, please let me know the same also. So if anyone is unable to hear my voice, please let me know the same. I think one of the students is having some confusion. I'll just call them up. Guys, I think let us start the session. Okay. So I'm just muting my phone now. So the first question, which of the following is not an ore of magnesium? Okay, carnallite, dolomite, calamine, seawater. Fine. So this is the question. So I'll just write down what are the components in each and everything. If it is carnallite, what is carnallite made of? KCl, MgCl2, 6H2O. Dolomite is MgCO3 dot CaCO3, and seawater obviously has the ore of magnesium. That's a common sense. But what about our calamine? Calamine is ZnCO3, zinc carbonate. That is an ore of zinc. So the first option is what? Option C. Number 1, the answer is option C. So please note down the same. So if anyone haven't received the question paper, please message me the same. KCl.Mgl.6H2O, dolomite is MgCO3.CaCO3. Calamine is the only one which is an ore of zinc, that is zinc carbonate. Option 1C. Please note down the same. So in chemistry, the patterns are very much similar. Okay, so as I already told you, if you're able to do the last 20-year paper, okay, we will be able to cover 95% of the question. So that is that easy. So they cannot change much in chemistry, like physics and maths. And biology, though, I don't even need to say, it's all fully theoretical. So suppose the people who are writing for NEET or even CET thing with the bio for the other examinations, okay. So biology is more of a theoretical thing where you can by heart. So I hope everyone has written down the same. So with that being said, I'll go to the next question. The atomic number of nickel and copper at 20 and 29 respectively, the electronic configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10 represents which of the following things in this? Cu plus, Cu2 plus, Ni2 plus, or Ni? So first let me write down the electronic configuration. Okay. So nickel they're given 28. There is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d8, 4s2. Okay. Suppose if it is Ni2 plus, meaning what? 2 electrons are removed. 2 plus means we are donating 2 electrons. We are donating 2 electrons. So no need to again write the same thing. Let us say, take about Cu, copper. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, then 4s1. Now, what about Cu plus? Cu plus means again donating 1 electron. Again, donating 1 electron. 1 electron we are giving. Plus meaning positive thing. Positive means what we are giving. Negative means we are accepting. Okay. So always the givers are given the positive thing. So this will be obviously what? The same thing, but for us will be removed because we are already donated 1 electron. So the answer is what? Cu plus. So here the configuration will be a 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 6, okay. 3d, 10 respectively, because 4s1 is not there in Cu plus because we are already donating the stuff. So I know most of the people might have got the answer for this. Okay. But I have to make sure that everyone are on the same line. So I urge everyone to study the periodic table. By heart the periodic table. Even the transition elements also you have to know, the lanthanides and actinides. Very good. Cu plus is the right side. So option 2A. Option 2A. So please note it down. How many of you got the correct answer? Or anyone facing difficulty in electronic configuration, they can also message me in the chat option. So I'll give you time to copy down the same thing. Okay. So see, if you're having difficulties, no need to worry. Okay. For that, I'll take a separate class for you. Guys who don't know this thing, this is called Aufbau principle. Okay. Let me see. I think a lot of, yeah. I don't know how many of you know this Aufbau principle, but 1s, then what will you write? 1s, 2s. So this line will be there, right? In class 11, chapter 2, chemistry. Okay. So go through that thing. Then if you again face difficulties, come back to me. I'll definitely help you out on the same. Fine, no need to worry. Only the name is difficult, the offer principle, but things are very easy. If I show you the offer principle, nothing is there in that. Okay. So maybe at the last, I'll just share the screen for the offer principle. Then we will do the thing. But kindly do not worry about chemistry, because chemistry we get direct questions. And if you are able to solve 20-year paper, then we are sure to crack about 95% of the questions, because all the patterns we'll get. Third question, in the following, the element with the highest ionization energy is which one? So we all know that the elements having half filled or fully filled orbitals are more stable. Correct? So if the elements which are half filled or fully filled orbitals are having more stable, which means what? More energy is required to remove electrons from the outermost orbit of such elements. So let us see that same thing also. Okay. Three S2, 3P3. NS 1 to 2, NP 1 to 6. Okay, and D is 1 to 10. So obviously this is so Ne 3s to 3p3, 3s to 3p3. This has got the more ionization energy. So guys, this kind of question I just showed you, but without doing this also we can get the answer. Just see this thing. 3s2. 3s2 meaning it's completely filled. Fine, everything is completely filled. P, how much it can have? 6 electrons, 1 to 6. So if there is anything called 6, then we will mark 6 only. But half filled means 3p3. Correct? So what is the key point in this? If anyone doesn't know, please write on that also. The key point is elements having half filled or completely filled orbitals, or completely orbitals are more stable hence more energy is required to remove an electron from those. That's all. Common sense. So I got a lot of correct answers in this. Yep, B. But again, I'm telling you, for the guys who are not getting the answer, kindly do not worry. Okay, fine. And if you're facing any problem while studying, kindly call me between 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, so that I can help you out in your doubts, or at least I can guide you on where to start or what to do for today's session. Okay, if you need anything personalized like that, kindly please feel free to reach me through phone. Fine. With that being said, I'll go to the next one. In the conversion of bromine to BrO3 minus, the oxidation number of bromine changes from what? 0 to +5, 0 to -3, +2 to +5. So the people who don't know how to find the oxidation number, H2O is there. We don't know the oxidation number of oxygen. Okay, so what to do for such thing? Hydrogen 1 electron, so 2 into 1, and this does not have any charge. And oxygen we don't know. No charge meaning 0 will put. So X is equal to -2. So what is the oxidation number of oxygen? Oxidation number or oxidation state of oxygen is X is equal to -2. So the question is from bromine to BrO3 minus. What is the change? Obviously, we know that bromine does not have any charge, so 0. BrO3 minus is there. Correct? So for BrO3 minus, oxygen we now found out. What is oxygen thing? -2. So bromine we don't know. So X plus 3 into -2 is equal to -1. So X is equal to what? -1 plus 6. That is plus 5 is the answer. So question number 4, option A. So guys, again, I did this H2O thing is because we are human beings and we'll tend to forget the things. Okay. Oxidation number or oxygen state, we will tend to forget. So it is my basic duty is that to make sure that everyone are in the same page at home. Okay. Some of them may remember how to do oxidation number or oxygen state, but entrance exam is for everyone. Those who are getting 50%, 60%, they can also get a top rank. Entrance exam is not for the people who always get 95% and above. Okay, this gives a fair chance for everyone who can get a good rank. So I got some messages. Let me check. Yes, option A is the correct answer. So guys, this is one more pattern you have to get. Questions like this will definitely come for the exam. So all the papers which I am doing, 99.9% of the paper will have this kind of questions. How -1 came? Because here is a minus charge. If there is 2 minus, it will be here instead of -1, it will be -2. That's all. So this is there in your class 11 redox reaction chapter. Class 11 redox reaction chapter. And while studying, please note that if I'm taking chemistry today, okay, take one chapter out. Redox reaction you take. Okay. And then you try to focus more on the chapter because we need that one question because one right answer is 4 mark. Okay. But now this time I think they're giving 1 mark in the CET exam. Okay. But the last time it was 4 mark. Whereas in the NEET or something, it is 4 mark for the one correct question. NEET or JEE. So I hope everyone has understood this thing. Question number 5. Among the alkali metals, cesium is the most reactive. First option, its incomplete shell is nearest to the nucleus. Second one, it has a single electron in the valence shell. Third one, it is the heaviest alkali metal. Last one, the outermost electron is more loosely bound to the outermost electron of the other alkali metals. The question is, alkali metals, cesium is the most reactive. Alkali metals, what is the property of alkali metal? It has a single electron, so it can tend to lose more electron, right? Alkali metal has got what? A single electron in the outermost shell. So tendency to lose the electrons. Correct? So the force of attraction by the nucleus is least. And this is cesium is more reactive because of option D. Because the outermost electron is more loosely bound than other outermost electrons of the other metals. That is the main reason this is more reactive. So option D is the answer. So if you want to write or if you want to remember this thing, then also I'll write it for you. Okay. So I'll just clear this thing up. Write down the key idea. The alkali metals have a tendency to lose single electron. Okay. And also the distance of the valence electron, that is the outermost electron in the shell, is maximum. Distance of valence electron is maximum in case of cesium. This implies the force of attraction to the nucleus is one second, some of the guys doing. Nucleus is least. Okay, hence it is more reactive. That's all. So please write down the things. So option 5D. So I hope everyone has written down the same thing. Question number 6. Which of the following represent the Lewis structure of nitrogen molecule? Okay, so this is a very easy question for us. Nitrogen has got what? Triple bond. Correct. How many electrons? 5. So obviously the answer is, this is 2 plus 3, 5. 5. So obviously option A is the correct answer. Nitrogen thing. It's very easy. Those who don't know this thing, again I'll draw it for you. But this is all very easy questions to do. N. Nitrogen's got how many electrons? 5. 1, 2, 3. Here 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for this is like this. And for this is like this. So totally it'll have 8. So this equivalent is what? N. This is 1 bond, 2 bond, 3 bond, triple bond. So option A is the correct answer. Very good. How many if you don't know the Lewis structure? No need to worry, okay? I think everyone knows it. So please don't be afraid. Fine. So if you have any problem, please let me know the same. So I hope everyone has copied down the same thing. Easy question this is. Hydrogen, 7th one, hydrogen bond is strongest in which one? . Yes. Seventh is option C. Most of the guys are getting the correct answer. Why? Because fluorine is the most electronegative element. Fluorine is the most electronegative element. Correct. So these are the key takeaways for you. Which is the most electronegative element? How to do the thing? Okay, those are the important things in this. C is the correct answer. Question number 8. The decomposition of a certain mass of calcium carbonate gave 11.2 decimeter cube of carbon dioxide gas at standard temperature and pressure. The mass of KOH required to completely neutralize the gas is how much? So this I will do it. The weight of 11.2 decimeter cube of carbon dioxide gas at standard temperature and pressure is equal to what? 44 by 2. Carbon dioxide is 12 plus 16 into 2. That's why I'm getting this 44, okay? That's why I'm getting this 44 by 2. It's 22 grams. Next one, KOH plus CO2 will give what? KH, CO3. So this is 56 grams. This is 44 grams. So the question for us is, how much KOH required for complete neutralization? How much KOH required for complete neutralization? Correct, of 22 grams of carbon dioxide. Is our question. So 56 by 44 into 22. If you do this thing, we'll get 28 grams as the answer. So please copy it down. Easy question. Very good. So most of them has got 28 as the answer. So guys, we should never ever take 56, okay? Because this is the most important step in this. If you don't write this, we'll get 44, we'll get 56 grams. So that is not the correct thing. So 8B is the answer. So please copy it down. So with that being said, I'll go to next question. So shall I go to next question or does anyone need time? Aditya and all, I think you got it. Meghna, Monisha, Pavani, Surya, Tarun. Perfect. Then okay. Then we'll go to the next thing. Please feel free to chat. Question number 9. The density of a gas is 1.964 gram per decimeter cube. So that is not at all a useful thing for me. At 273 Kelvin and 76 centimeter Hg, the gas is which one? First thing, we have to know density formula. Density is equal to what? Mass by volume. Keep this in mind, or else you can put this thing mass, density, and volume. Triangle also you can note down first. And we all know the ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. Correct? Or right here, PV is equal to W by M. W is nothing but our mass, weight. There is nothing but mass by RT. Or from this, what is our M value? What is M from this? M, if I'm taking this side, it will be M is equal to W by PV into RT. Correct? And what is this W by V? Mass by volume, density. Mass by volume is what? Density. So M is equal to density by second. Yeah. That's not clear, that's the reason. M is equal to density into RT by P. There's one more formula to add in the formula sheet, and then density is given. Correct? What is density value? 1.964 into 10 power minus 3. For what? Gram per cubic centimeter. Decimeter cube I am converting to cubic centimeter. And what is our pressure thing? P is equal to 76 centimeter is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. Correct? And what is our R value? 0.0812. So it is nothing but 82.1 cubic centimeter. So these are the things we should memorize. And temperature is already given. T is equal to 273 Kelvin. So if we can substitute everything, we'll get the mass. So M is equal to 1.964 into 10 power minus 3 into 82.1 into 273 by 1. So if you do this, you'll get 44. See, you can round this thing as 2. You can round this thing as 82, okay? This you can take it as 270. So like that you do and get the answer. Like that you do and get, this 44 is nothing but we all know carbon dioxide weight. That's all. CO2. So please copy down this thing. So guys, the pressure, the R value and all, we have to by heart and keep. Okay. This is one of the question which is repeated in 2019 paper. So it is sure that if you're able to do 20-year paper, one of the question will come. And kindly remember this value, R value. Fine. P. And in chemistry, they cannot change the values because if they change any values, then it will go against the reaction. So things cannot be much altered in chemistry. Suppose if you don't like chemistry also, okay. So there are two reasons why we don't like chemistry. One is the marks. If you get less marks, we'll definitely hate it. Second thing is that we don't find any practical application of the same. Correct? Because most of us are going to write the engineering entrance exam. Because in engineering, only in the first semester, you got the engineering chemistry. Fine. But this is one subject which can boost your whole engineering rank like anything. because 95% of the question, 99% of the question will be repeated. Repeat in the sense, same questions will get. That's all. So if you have any doubts, you can ask at the end of the session or else through phone between 6 to 8. So please copy down this thing. And we all take the rounded values because in a entrance examination, we are not looking for the accurate answers. We have to make sure that we have to mark the options fast. If you know this concept, we can do within 1 minute. That's it. How do I get carbon dioxide as an answer? Because molecular weight of carbon dioxide is 44. That's all. So the gas is carbon dioxide. Option 9. Question number 9, option C is the answer. Carbon dioxide. And also remember one more thing, the first 30 questions will be difficult. So it is wise enough to start from the last 30 or the second half of 30. Yeah. So I think most of the finished questions, I think I just finished with the question number 9. So I'll go with the question number 10. Question number 10, 0.06 mole of KNO3 solid is added to 100 centimeter cube of water at 298 Kelvin. The enthalpy of KNO3 aqueous solution is 35.8 kilojoules per mole. After solid is dissolved, the temperature solution will be how much? So please do this thing and send me the screenshot in WhatsApp. Basic question this is. Some other guys already got the answer. So I would request them to please send me the explanation in WhatsApp. So whomever has got the answer, please send me the explanation in WhatsApp. Yes, most of the guys got option A as the answer. Very good. So guys, this is a very basic question. Okay. I think I'm getting a lot of answers now. Let me just say the thing. Excellent, Amok. Amok, Jay Vibhav, Ruchita, and all excellent. So guys, basically, if you're doing with the formula, we'll do it what? Q is equal to MC delta T, correct? We'll do the traditional approach. But guys, this is an endothermic process. So which means, obviously, if it is 298 Kelvin, the temperature will decrease. So answer is option A, 293 Kelvin. So without doing anything, we should write the thing. Okay. Without doing anything, we should write the option. Option A is the correct answer. If you're doing this thing, it's a waste of time, but good. Still, I'm getting the answers now. Now let us see the question number 11th one. 4 moles each of SO2 and O2 gas are allowed to react to form SO3 in a closed vessel. At equilibrium, 25% of the oxygen is used up. The total number of moles of all the gases in the equilibrium is how much? That is the question. Question number 11. So question number 11th one. Two SO2 plus 4 moles is given in the question, giving 2 SO3. 4 moles of SO2 and this thing will be giving 0. So at equilibrium, fine. So what can I write down? 4 into 1 minus 0.25 plus 4 into 1 minus 0.25 plus this is what 0.25 into 2. Okay, guys. Plus 0.25 into 2. That is 5. So 4 minus 1 plus 4 minus 1 plus 0.25 into 2, 0.5. So the answer is 6.5. 11th one, option A is the answer. So class 11 questions are direct questions and easy chapters. Equilibrium chapter and all is very easy. So please copy it down the same. So these are all direct questions. And most of the things might be new to you also, for most of the people. But guys, this is just a starting. Okay. So while we go on to the 15-16 day program, then you will be very much used to it and you'll feel much more comfortable. But if you're learning anything new, then it's good for you. So has everyone copied on this thing? This is at equilibrium, okay? At equilibrium. So I'm just going to the new question now. Fifteenth question. Okay. The reaction of C2H5ONA plus C2H5I gives C2H5 or C2H5. So we all know this is what? Preparation of ether. So Williamson synthesis. Option C is the answer. 15, option C. Very good. Option C is the answer of 15th one. And 16th one was a wrong question in this particular paper because it has got multiple options as answer. So I'm not going to do that particular thing. So let us take question number 20. The highest magnetic moment is shown by the transition metal with the configuration of which one? So what is the magnetic moment formula? Magnetic moment, root of n into n plus 2. And what is our n in this? Number of unpaired electrons. N is the number of unpaired electrons. Now coming back to the question, we all know that in this D, what is the configuration D? D 1 to 10, correct? So unpaired electrons are more in which one? Option B. So for 20th question, option B is the correct answer. Because the more, so number of unpaired electrons are 5 in this. So obviously root of 5 into 5 plus 2. This will give me the more value compared to this. To any of the other option, this will be giving me the more value of magnetic moment, root of n into n plus. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 20, again with a common sense. Yes. So in chemistry papers, again you can see the questions or the patterns are similar. They're all similar thing. So I hope everyone is, I think anyone having doubt in this question, question number 20? I think none. Let me see any difficult questions there in this. Good. Question number 25, which of the following is diamagnetic? Okay, so what is diamagnetic? First thing, molecules or ion having no unpaired electrons are called diamagnetic. Molecules or electrons having no unpaired electrons are diamagnetic. So obviously the option is option C. 25, the option C is the answer. So Humor is having doubt in question number 20. Okay, you please wait till the when session ends. Okay, so I'll give you a time to ask for the same. So currently for 25, answer is option C. Molecules are having no unpaired electrons are called diamagnetic. Molecules or ions having no unpaired electrons are called diamagnetic. That's his key point. That's option C. Twenty-sixth question. The concentration for reactant X decreases from 0.1 m to 0.005 m in 40 minutes. If the reaction follows one order kinetics, the first order kinetics, the rate of reaction will be the when the concentration of X of 0.01 m will be how much? So we should all know the formula for this. K is equal to 2.303 by T log of A naught or any variable you can give by A. What is the T? 40 is given. Log of 0.1 by 0.005. Correct? So 0.1 by 0.005. If we multiply by 1000 on both the sides. So this will come as 100 by, because I'm cancelling one more zero here. So 20. So 2.303 by 40 into log 20. What is our log 20? How can I write it? Log of log AB, right? Log of AB. What is log AB? Log of 5 into 4, I can write it as this thing. 2.303 by 40 into log of AB. What is log of AB? Those who don't know what is log of AB, I'll just write it down here. Log AB is equal to log A plus log B. So this I can split as what? Log 5 plus log 4. What is our log 4? Log of 2 square value, 2 log 2. Or else you have to remember from log 1 to log 10 value. Log 1 is 0, log 10 is 1, log 2 is 0.3. So you have to remember all the values up to log 10. Okay. So if I do that particular thing, what is the value I'm getting? This is log 20 value. So I'll be getting 0.075. So please don't worry about this value. This you can do later. Okay. So the question is the rate of the reaction when concentration of X is 0.01 m will be how much? So this 0.075 into 0.01. So this is equal to what? 7.5 into 10 power minus 4. So 26th question, option D is the correct answer. So I want you to memorize log 1, log 2, log 3, log 4 values. So let me see whether I have that thing, particular document with me. So those who are coming for the first session, please don't worry about this thing. I'll be taking a logarithm thing in sometimes. But first, my main focus is to finish off the papers and make sure that each and everyone is in a good position to write the entrance examination. Okay. So by this month end, I am planning to complete most of the patterns. So it will give you a good edge. And guys, please note down that one more thing. Whatever I'm taking, the same thing you have to revise again and again. Okay. For example, if I'm taking this paper and if you've done it today and for the next week, you should not sit and do it for 2-3 hours again. Revising in the sense, just try to recollect or memorize that whether I'm able to get those things. Okay, try to visualize. Okay, this is the thing which I learned. Am I able to remember these things? That's where you have to focus. You have to focus on remembering things. Once this exam is over, you can shift, delete, and free your memory. That is one more thing. But currently, for the exam point of view, okay, we have to sit and think whether we are able to remember whatever things I have taken in the class. And whomever is having doubt in this question also, so that is for the people who are joined today for session. Okay. So once the class is over, please feel free to contact me. I'll help you out on the same. So now please take a break of 5-10 minutes. Okay. Before going to the next. So guys, let's now come back to our session. Question number 38. The radii of Na plus and Cl minus ions are 95 pm and 181 picometer respectively. Okay. The edge length of NaCl unit cell is how much? So very easy question. The shortcut, you just multiply 2 into what? 95 plus 181. That's it. 295 is what? 190 respectively. This is 362. So obviously it will be greater than 415, common sense. So only one answer is 552. Without doing itself, we can get the answer. Question number 38, option C is the answer. Multiply twice of 95, multiply twice of 181. No need to even do common sense. 2 into 181 is what? 362. So obviously 362 plus 192 will be greater than 362, obviously greater than 276, and this is gone. Then only 415 is there. 190 will be obviously greater than 415. So 552 is the answer. Process of elimination. So here again, I'm teaching you to think. Okay. So it's not about the answer. I'm teaching you how to think. This is an easy question for us. If you know the formula well, that's again. And these kind of questions are repeated in 3 to 4 entrance papers. Again, let's see one more process of elimination question. Inductive effect. Inductive effect only happens in single bonds. Single bond is also called what? Sigma. Single bond or sigma. Pi means double or triple bond. Double or triple bonds. Okay, double bond or triple bond. Inductive effect only happens in sigma bond or single bond. So pi electron, this option is gone. These options are gone. And it's all about what? Movement of or the shifting of electron from one place to another. So inductive effect means what? Displacement of the sigma electrons. Okay, so obviously the option A is the correct answer. It's always about the displacement of sigma electrons or the so I think I got some answers for this. Yeah, option A, correct. So it's always displacement of sigma. That's a common thing. Okay. Inductive effect meaning single bond. Okay. Electromeric effect is there. Mesomeric effect is a lot of effects. So those are all double bond. Only inductive effect is single bond. Kindly remember this thing. If inductive effect comes single bond, single means sigma bond, double means pi bond. Okay. And one more type of question which can come is hybridization. So if we see some questions, we'll just definitely solve those also. Okay. So these are the two questions which I will just tell you in the break. Yeah. Question number 33. The mass of glucose that should be dissolved in 50 grams of water in order to produce the same lowering of web pressure and is produced by dissolving 1 gram of urea in the same quantity of water is how much? So there's a formula used in this. So obviously to produce same lowering of wave pressure, this P minus PS by P will be same in both the process. Okay. So which means we can equate this thing. Glucose and urea we can equate. This will be same in both the glucose and the urea process. So we can equate the two equations directly. So weight of glucose into M2 is 18. by 50 into 180. Given the question, weight of urea into 80 by 50 into 60. So cut these similar things. 60 is what? 3 sir. So weight of glucose is, weight of urea already we know the thing, that is 1. Correct? That is 1. So weight of glucose, what is the answer? 3. So please note down this thing. Question number 33, option B. How many of you know this formula before? Can you just give me yes in the chat button? And how many of you don't know can give me a no also in the chat button? Okay. Those who don't know, take this formula in the formula sheet. It's a very important thing that everyone will be on the same level. But the one who's going to work hard a little bit, they'll be getting more marks. So guys, I'll just tell you, see, now onwards, I'm having the daily sessions from 11 to 1. At 1 o'clock, I got one more sessions for my long-term coaching students, okay, who are currently in 12th and who are in abroad. Fine. So from 11 to 3 or 3:30, I'm actually occupied with those sessions. Correct? Fine. Then I'll take some rest for some time. Then again, what I do, I would sit and prepare for the next day's class. And whomever are having doubt, I'd clear that also. So at least around 8 to 9 hours of work I am putting. Okay, for the entrance preparation, which I already cleared with good marks a long time back. Fine. So I would suggest everyone to put at least of half the work, okay, 4 to 5 hours or minimum of 7 to 8 hours of good studies so that we will get to the peak of our potential. Guys, the benefit is if you study well now, you will get in a very good college. Very good college means what? You'll get very good people and very good faculty. Okay, the students who are around you also will be good. Correct? The quality of students also will be good. But if you're not getting a good rank and if you're not getting a good college, then the student quality, everything that also will be deferred. Fine. So that is the reason of my humble request to all of the guys who are attending the session is to please put in the effort. Okay. Formula sheet updation is mandatory. Correct? Because if tomorrow is the exam and if you're going to the exam hall, you should not have the big books with you. You should only have the formula sheets and you have to make sure that, okay, this formula, I remember the things. So those things you should be concerned mainly. Because last 2 years back or something, I don't know, I think the NEET, for the NEET thing. So I actually went for dropping one of my students to the exam center because both of his parents were not available. So I just took my bullet and went and dropped him. So we both were confident and he definitely cracked the NEET. Okay. And, but I saw a lot of students with the books. Fine. So that should not be the case. You should have formula sheets and we should know, okay, this is the thing. And 3 hours. And what is your strategy? First, we should do chemistry. Then only the physics and the maths. Because chemistry, the questions are direct. Maths and physics require a little bit of logical thinking, mainly. Okay. We should be fresh enough and we should be able to do chemistry first. Okay. So that is the main target. When I was writing my engineering entrance exam, there was no one to guide me and tell me that this is the first thing we have to do. Nothing like that. So the teachers will just teach and they will go away. That's it. But that should not be in your case. Fine. So that's the reason I'm telling you how to study, how much effort you have to put in. If you're putting 7 to 8 hours of effort without thinking anything else, don't think about any other thing. Be in your home, be in your room, study completely, have snacks. I'm sure that most of the guys sitting in the classroom, the online session, they'll be having snacks or at least some water to drink. Cool enough. But for me, nothing. Even the break session also, I didn't have any water. Okay, and no snacks also here because I had to be completely dedicated to make sure that you guys are all attentive on the class. Fine. So that is the effort which, because you're not seeing me, correct? I off my video because some of the guys are using the 4G network, and if I use the video, I think they're having disconnecting problem. That's the reason I just switched off the video thing. Okay, fine. So I had to put the double the effort to make sure that you guys get very good rank. So guys, kindly study minimum of 7 to 8 hours now. Okay, not every day. Every day we cannot do the same. That I also agree. Fine. At least 3 or 4 days in a week. Fine. At least 3 or 4 days in a week, and make sure that that particular amount of studying when you are studying, please don't use phones or any other thing. Okay, which will distract you. That particular 2, 3, 4 hours should be you and the book or whatever the materials. That's it. Fine. And we'll have classes tomorrow also. It's a daily session from 11 to 1. Thirty-fourth question. Osmotic pressure observed when benzoic acid is dissolved in benzene is less than the expected from theoretical consideration. This is because of which one? Benzoic acid is an organic solute. Benzoic acid has higher molar mass than the benzene. Benzoic acid gets associated in benzene. Benzoic acid gets dissociated in benzene. For 34th question. Osmotic pressure observed when benzoic acid is dissolved in benzene is less than expected. Why? That is the question. Yes. So I'm getting most of the correct answer. 34C is the correct answer. Benzoic acid gets associated in benzene. I'll tell you why. The key idea of this. The benzoic acid in benzene act or exist as a dimer. So the number of molecules decreases. Hence, the osmotic pressure decreases. You can just put a down arrow also. Number of molecule decreases, the osmotic pressure also decreases. Very good. Some of the guys are also giving me the explanation for the same. So 34C is the answer. So please copy it down. So guys, the Woods reaction, the Friedel-Crafts reaction, Markov-Nikodym rule, anti-Markov-Nikodym rule, Riemann-Tiemann reaction, and Woods reaction, which I already told. Okay, and Sandmeyer's reaction. So all these reactions, you should be able to get it. So I hope everyone has done this thing. So with this, I'll go to the next one. 41st question, methyl bromide is converted into ethane by heating it in ether medium with what? First question. Yes. So 41st question. Option C, Wood's reaction, because C. What is Wood's reaction? Alkyl halide will react with sodium, right? This is an alkyl halide. Alkyl halide will react with sodium, correct? In presence of dry ether. I can write one more thing. I can write 2CH3Br. That's it. So I'll get CH3CH3 plus 2NaBr. So option C is the answer. Correct. Option C. Option C is the answer. Okay. Option C is the answer for this. You can write here 2CH3Br. So there is CH3Br plus BrCH3. So this and this will get linked up. That's it. So option C. Sodium is the answer. Please copy down the same thing. Wood's reaction. And those who are not confident in organic chemistry, please study these important things. Okay. This kind of reaction you just study, because out of 60 questions, okay, if it is a CET exam 60 questions, if it's a NEET, you'll get 45 questions. Out of this, only 5 to 7 questions or 8 questions will be coming from organic chemistry. Rest will be coming from physical chemistry or inorganic chemistry. So P block, D block, F block, SPDF, okay, you should be very thorough. Very easy to crack full mark from that chapter. So I hope everyone has written down the same thing. Similarly, one more question is there like this, yeah. By heating, 47th question, by heating phenol with chloroform and alkali, it is converted to which one? Salicylic acid, salicylic aldehyde, anisole, phenyl benzoate. So this is again which reaction? 47th thing. Riemann-Tiemann reaction. So 47, option B is the correct answer, salicylic aldehyde. So phenol reacts with chloroform and alkali to form what? Salicylic aldehyde in this, that's all. Riemann-Tiemann reaction. So this is the key idea in this. So please go through it at home. How many of you got the correct answer as B in this? Good. Very good. Fifty-fourth question. Without studying also we can get the answer. Insulin regulates the metabolism of which one? Minerals, amino acids, glucose, vitamins. Let me see the answers for this. Others, what are the answer for this? I want all the answers, okay? Yes. Whoever has given me give me the correct answer for this. Very good. but only 7 answers I got till now. I want everyone to give me the answer. If it is wrong, I don't care because this is not your KCET exam. Very good. Humor has given me, that's how they are all given the correct answer. Easy question. So this I don't need to even tell. So the answer is glucose. Everyone has given me the answer. I don't need to explain further for this. $55th question. A difficult question in this paper. The formula mass of more salt is 392. The iron present in it is oxidized by KMnO4 in acidic medium. The equivalent mass of the more salt we have to find. Okay. So first thing, how many of you heard about this salt before? Or how many of you don't know about this salt? Heard can give me yes, didn't hear can give me no. Heard. Very good. Okay. So I'm getting half the answer as yes, half the answer as no. Fine. Yes. So most of the guys has even given me the answer for this. So guys, first thing I'll tell you, the shortcut. Okay. Whomever has not heard also I'll tell you. The formula mass for more salt is 392. Okay. The iron present in it is oxidized by KMnO4 in acidic medium. The equivalent mass of more salt is how much? First thing in these kind of questions, without doing anything, we should divide this 392, or we should take this 392. We should first check whether 392 is in the option. Yes, 392 is there in the option. Okay. Then we have to divide by 392. 392 by 2. What is the answer we are getting? 3 ones are 3. 3 nines are 18. 196 we are getting by 2. Why I am doing? Because the equivalent mass. What is an equivalent mass? The molecular weight of more salt to the change in oxidation number. What is equivalent mass? Molecular weight of more salt to the change in oxidation number. Correct. So molecular is already given 392. This we don't know what it is because some of the guys may not even know what is a more salt thing. Fine. So this we don't know. So this thing first I will substitute as what? 392 by 1. I'll get 392. Next thing what I'm doing? 392 by 2. Next thing I'm doing 392 by 3. If I'm doing this 392 by 3, what I'm getting? 3 ones are 3. 3 3s are 9. 130 point something I'm getting. 130.7. Let's see this option also is there. Let's see in the option. 130 something is not there. Then do 392 by 4. 4 nines are 36. 98. 98 is also not there. 392 by 5. 5 sevens are 35. Correct? Or else I can put 5 eights are this thing. So that is also not there. You got the point. So, but it won't be more than 5 or 6. Okay, it won't be more than 5 or 6. The change in oxidation number will be always less than or equal to 5. Maximum will be 5. That's it. More than that, see, mostly it'll be 1, 2, or 3. That will be our change in oxygen state. Or in rare case, it'll be 5. It'll be 4. That's all. So it won't be even 5. So the only option for us is what? 392. So for that, we have to know which one? This formula. Equivalent mass is equal to molecular weight of that salt by change in oxidation number. Change in oxidation number will be maximum 1, 2, or 3. See those options in the question and you will get the answer. That's all. See those options in the question, you'll get the answer without doing anything. Because if you're finding the change in oxidation number, okay, and that is all waste of time. But if I'm teaching you for the board exam point of view, then I have to teach you everything. But that is a waste of time now. So the class is mainly for what? Time management. Guys, please copy down this thing. So the option A is the answer, 392. We cannot directly write also as 392 is the option, thinking that the question it is given, so we will get it. No, that is also not the right way. We have to check in all the format. Suppose if this is not satisfied, then we have to find the actual oxidation number. Okay. So if you copy down this particular formula, then I will show you how it has been done. But mostly, this is the thing we should do, the 392 by this particular thing. Because in one more paper, similar kind of question is there. Okay. Whereas the molecular weight is not there in the option. But if I'm dividing by 2, I'm getting the right answer in the option. So that is the kind of thinking thing you have to develop. That's it. Not more than that. Common sense with some shortcut thing. Fine. So please add this also to our this thing formula sheet. So question number 32, the pH of 10 power minus 8 mHCl solution is how much? So guys, for the pH thing, we should know negative anti-log. We should know the negative logarithm, correct? So a lot of things are required. So once I am taking those sessions, then afterwards I'll be doing the pH kind of questions here. Fine. Question number 27. Chemical reactions with very high EA, activation energy values are generally very fast, very slow, moderately fast, spontaneous. So let me know the answer from you. Yes. 27th, it is very slow is the correct answer. Good. See guys, reaction with very low activation energy are fast reaction. Correct? What is the common sense in the or key idea? Please note down this thing. Reactions having low EAR, what? Fast reactions. reactions having high energy of activation or activation energy are slow reactions. Please note down this thing. So option B is the answer. So guys, give me 1 minute of time. Okay, there is a technical problem here. 1 minute. Yeah, it's been solved now. Yeah. So I know it's a very long session. Fine, but what to do, guys? It'll benefit you. 41 we did. 44th question. The catalyst used in the preparation of an alkyl chloride by the action of dry HCl on an alcohol is option A, anhydrous AlCl3, FeCl3, anhydrous zinc chloride, copper. So aluminum chloride, iron, zinc, copper. Let me see what is the answer you're getting. So I got two answers now. Yes. So 44, option C is the correct answer. 44, option C. What is anhydrous zinc chloride? The Lucas reagent. How many of you heard about Lucas reagent or did not? How many did not hear about Lucas reagent? Heard. Okay. Correct. Anhydrous zinc chloride or the constant HCl. Yes. Correct. Very good, Amog. Let me see who has given the correct answer. Gautam has given me the correct. And yes, Anand has given me. And yeah, Jay Vibhav, correct. Jay Vibhav has also given. Good. So guys, any doubt in today's session? Which part you feel difficult? You can message me the same thing. Okay. And regarding the off-bow principle, right? 1 second. Who does not know about the off-bow principle? I think this diagram everyone might have seen. Okay. This is how we write the electronic configuration. So this is for my student who has asked me the doubt. Okay, about the electronic configuration. 1s, then 2s. So like this, we will write on the electronic. It's here in the class 11 textbook. Second chapter, if I'm not wrong, of Bohr principle. This particular thing. 1s, 2s, 2p, then 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s. So it goes on like that. But guys, please study the entire periodic table. And we should be thorough with which element has got what is the electronic configuration. Okay. If we can do those extra effort, then only we can come under rank 1000. That's all. Simple as that. Fine. So I hope your doubt I cleared the Aufbau principle. And there is something called Huckel rule and everything in class 11th. If I see those questions in all the papers, I'll discuss the same. And yeah, let us go to the last question, question number 29. I know I am troubling you today a lot, but what to do? Question number 29. When a quantity of electricity is passed through CuSO4 solution, 0.16 grams of copper gets deposited. If the same quantity of electricity is passed through acidulated water, then the volume of hydrogen liberated at STP will be how much? So please do the question and let me know the answer. So I got one of the comment to take more time. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, fine. I'll do that, Amog. I'm very happy. But guys, try to learn more things. Okay, I'm trying to solve as many questions as I can. That is the reason I am also stretching you guys out. Okay. The idea, the weight of the copper deposited, the weight of the hydrogen produced is equal to equivalent weight of the copper to the equivalent weight of the hydrogen. So 0.16 to the weight of hydrogen. Just writing hydrogen here. Weight of copper is what? 64 by 2 by 1. So that is 32. So what is the weight of hydrogen? 0.16 by 32. So 5 into, this is 16 2, so 5 into 10 power minus 3 I can put off. Correct? And with this being said, volume of hydrogen liberated is 22,400 by 2 into this answer, 5 into 10 power minus 3. So I'll get it as 12 into 5, 560. That's it. I'll get. So 56 cubic centimeter is the answer. So 29th one, option B is the answer. Correct. 4 guys just give me the correct answer, 56. Very good. So guys, could you please screenshot me the answer also? Who has got the answer before me? Please screenshot me the answer too. So Kripa and Jayvibhu, please send me your answer screenshot. So please copy down the same thing and please revise the mole concept. Okay. The Avogadro number, those kind of questions you please, empirical formula, the molecular formula. So those kind of things, you do the chemistry textbook back questions. So fine guys. Okay. So if any doubt, please feel free to contact me. Fine. Okay. Very good. Same method only. There is only one method for this. Excellent, guys. Yeah. So that's it. Okay, bye-bye. Take care to everyone. And those who got any doubts, they can ask me now. Okay. Those who got any doubt, question number 20. Fine. Question number 20. Let me see what is the question number 20 in this. Fine. See this thing. I'll tell you the formula for this. Question number 20. This is for the people who have got doubt in question number 20. I'm just clearing this thing on the board. S can hold 2 electrons. Correct? P can hold 6 electrons. D can hold 10 electrons. 10 electron means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I've taken the answer D5 because D5 meaning one box can hold 2 electrons. So 5 box in so here 5 box in called 10 electrons. But I'm only having 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So more than number. So the formula of magnetic moment is root of n into n plus 2. Correct? Where n is the number of unpaired electrons. Number of unpaired electrons, which means single electrons. Correct? Number of unpaired electrons. So here we have got 5 unpaired electrons. So obviously the magnetic moment will be more compared to the other thing. So Siraj, I hope I have cleared your doubt. Have I cleared your doubt, Siraj? Whereas if we take any other thing, we'll get less. Excellent. I'm happy that I cleared your doubt. Whereas if I take 3d2 in the sense, how many unpaired electrons will be there? Only 2 will be there. So obviously root of 2 into 2 plus 2 value will be less than this value. Root of 2 into root of 5 into 5 plus 2. Correct. 5 unpaired electrons. You take any other cases, the value will be less. So guys, you're in the first sessions. Okay, kindly do not worry. Fine. So that's it. So any other doubts for anyone? And please feel to reach out to me after 6 p.m. if you got any doubts. Okay. So bye Tarun, Yashwant, Anandu and Ruchita and Siraj. Bye-bye. Take care. If you don't know, please copy down this thing also.